the country.
Good evening and welcome to the news across the country. Osun APC begins its primaries. Supreme Court receives judgment in President Buhari's suit. Suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police escaped deaths in prison. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, says the consensus method, which was used in electing party officers during the March 26, 2022 convention, may not be feasible for the party's presidential primary, which begins on Sunday. The APC chairman said this during a chat with newsmen. Senator Adamu emerged at this as the APC chairman in March after President Muhammadu Buhari endorsed him and asked other aspirants to step down for him. However, the APC chairman said the presidential primary was completely different from the chairmanship election. He debunked the rumor planned by the party to force a consensus, adding that the chairmanship seat is not the same as that of the tussle for the presidency of the country. The APC chairman, however, said the 28 aspirants ought to know that all of them cannot emerge as a candidate of the party. As activities towards the 2023 general election heat up, the All Progressives Congress APC is holding its primaries into House of Representatives and the Senate across the country. In Osun State, elections have been held into 26 state constituencies, while tomorrow is the turn of the Senate, while primary election will produce standard bearers into the House of Representatives will take place on Saturday. This is the arrangement in all states of the Federation. To be recalled that the major opposition party, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), had its own shadows elections last week. A report from Osogbo. As activities towards the 2023 general elections heat up, the All Progressives Congress APC is holding its primaries into House of Assembly, House of Representatives, and the Senate across the country. In Osun State, elections are being held into 26 state constituencies today. Luwatobiloba Odunoga, who monitored the House of Assembly primaries of APC in Osun State in Osogbo and Oloronda local government. The story will be brought to you later. In Ede, members of the All Progressives Congress in Ede, Egbedore, and Ejigbo local governments of Osun State have described the dual primaries as the best leadership of the party adopted in the name of fairness. They made this known today at the various wards while deciding the party candidates at the State House of Assembly. Our reporter Said Adeboje has the details, and the report is presented from our studios.
Members of the All Progressive Congress gathered in their numbers at their various wards to take active part in the decision of selecting the party flag bearers in the forthcoming House of Assembly elections. As of the time OSBC crew got to Ede precisely at Obalaoye Grammar School, members of the All Progressive Congress were seen calmly seated in unity. One of the APC stalwarts in Ede, Elijah Latifat Giwa, described the process as acceptable as it encouraged fairness among all contestants. At Awo and Ara Township, APC members conducted themselves peacefully queuing behind posters of the candidates of their choice. Honorable Ibirogba, while speaking, also adjudged the process of the primaries as excellent. At Ejigbo, the seat of Ejigbo local government, APC stalwarts including Mr. Bolahon Ayegbayo and Engineer Taiwo Ibrahim appreciated the system of indirect primaries, saying that it doesn't give a chance to imposition. Engineer Ibrahim and Mr. Ayegbayo appreciated the leadership of the APC for again demonstrating democratic way of choosing candidates.
Report from Ilesha West local government, Speaker Honorable Timothy Oweye is on live to tell us much more about the APC Congress today. And before then, let's now move on to another story from Ila Ogun. The All Progressives Congress House of Assembly primaries held in Ila and Ifeda state constituencies were each free. OSBC News Crew, which covered the exercise in the two state constituencies, reports that party members turned out massively for the direct primaries at the Yemi Abodere. As the report is presented from our studios.
Counting has commenced in the All Progressive Congress primaries for the State House of Assembly in Ilaro. OSBC News observed large turnout of members of All Progressive Congress for the direct primaries at the AUD Primary School, Okeola Ward 8, where the member representing Ila State constituency, Honorable Lateef Jayola, who is seeking re-election, also joined other members to exercise their franchise. The situation was similar at Okede Ward 9, Isedo Ward 5, Ejigbo Ward 2, Ikperi Ward 4, Eyindi Ward 7, and Ikperi Eyindi Ward 10, all within Ila Orogun metropolis. The primaries was rancor-free in all the places visited in Ila Orogun, as security personnel from the police and civil defense corps were stationed to nip any breakdown of law and order in the bud. The exercise started late as against the expectations as party members due to late arrival of electoral materials, though the enthusiasm displayed by party members was awesome. Honorable Lateef Jayola, who spoke with our crew, commended the turnout and conduct of members while the exercise lasted. The results of the primaries will be collated at each local government collation center before its announcement.
As part of his administration's commitment to enhance the well-being of workers, Osun State Governor Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola today gifted a brand new Toyota Corolla to Chairman Noge Ishoko local government area, Comrade Akinola Olukitibu, presenting the car gift during the second day of a two-day seminar organized by Noge for local government workers currently taking place in Iloko Jesha. Governor Oyetola was represented by Honorable Ajibola Famurewa, described the gesture as born out of his administration's desire to promote productivity in service. Efficiency and productivity, according to Governor Oyetola, will continue to be given the desired priority. Earlier, the state head of service, Dr. Ologboyega Oyebade, in his remarks, said more of such packages are in the offing for the teaming workers of the state in no distant time. In that brief remarks at the occasion where the recipients of the new Toyota Corolla car, Comrade Akinola Olukitibu, betrayed new emotion, the state NLC chairman, Comrade Jacob Adekomi, State Noge President, Comrade Kehinde Nathaniel Gbangbe, as well as the chairman, LGSC, Elder Tunde Adedeji, were full of appreciation to the governor for his worker-friendly disposition in the state. Governor Adegboyega Oyetola said the Southwest is blessed with brilliant presidential aspirant to showcase in the build-up to the general election slated for 2023. Governor Oyetola stated this at the government house while receiving the APC presidential aspirant. Dr. Kayode Fayemi was on a protocol consultation tour to the states. Adebari Jimakinde now reports.
Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, while receiving the APC presidential aspirant, Governor Kayode Fayemi, who is also the chairman, Nigerian Governors Forum, described him as a lovely, consistent and supportive brother, added that the journey of brotherhood between them was of age long and it transcends politics, while wishing him success in his determination and aspirations.
Southwest has a lot of brilliant aspirants to showcase. We have our best, time for this particular position, Mr. Mabak. And you could see the collective effort, and I'm sure that the Southwest eventually had the opportunity of producing the president of this country in the grace of Almighty God. So on that and on the ways of life, I welcome that brother. We recognize the ambition, and like the chairman rightly said, we pray that God will give you the heart desire. The people of Osun believe that the refineries is their home as well.
Governor Kayode Fayemi stated that he was in Osun to consult the party members ahead of the presidential primary, saying what is important is the progress of the people and emergence of competent aspirants as the party's flag bearer. He disclosed that all the APC presidential aspirants in the Southwest are competent and qualified, saying a collective resolve among the presidential aspirants is in view in the interest of the people and development of the Southwest. He added that the progress of Nigeria, particularly the Southwest region, is what is very paramount. Dr. Kayode Fayemi lauded the achievements of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, describing him as not only a financial engineer but also a financial surgeon who managed the non-existent resources in the state. When he came to power for the transformation of Osun, he registered his appreciation and gratitude to Governor Oyetola for his tremendous generosity and solidarity with him at all times, promising that he is committed to progressive development in the state and the re-election of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola.
Coming here today is, yes, a consultation because I've gone around this country. It would be wrong for me not to come here. I've been here. I came to see our Onyeisha just to intimate him of my intention. And my brother has been aware for quite some time, but that's at his level. The party in Osun has a duty and a responsibility to be informed of my intentions and for me to seek your support and solidarity. It does not matter. If you don't make me number one, make me number two.
Earlier, the APC chairman, Prince Boyega Famodun, had described Governor Fayemi, who is also the former Minister of Mineral Resources, as a political star to watch in a progressive road. According to him, Governor Fayemi said his political trends has been interesting and worthy of emulation, adding that he has never disappointed the Yoruba race while wishing him well in his political race. Present at the occasion were the Deputy Governor, State of Osun, Mr. Benedict Alabi, serving and past National Assembly members, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Timothy Oweye, political chieftains and stakeholders. Adibare Jumakde, OSBC News.
Osun State House of Assembly Speaker Honorable Timothy Oweye says it is incumbent on the APC members and party contestants into the various political offices in the state to close ranks to form a formidable structure towards the re-election of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola during the July 16 governorship poll. And our Speaker, Honorable Timothy Oweye, is on live to tell us more about the APC primary election. Let's now move on with another stories from the governor's office. Governor Adegboyega Oyetola has reiterated his commitment towards prioritizing workers' welfare in transforming the economy of the state. Governor Oyetola gave the assurance in Osogbo, the state capital, while receiving members of Nigerian Automobile Technician Association after a solidarity work organized by members of the re-election of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola. Our speaker is now ready to tell us much more about the election in Elisha. Hello, good evening. Hello? Okay. Good evening, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, good evening, my good sister.
Thank you. Can you tell us more about the APC primary election holding in your area?
I want to use this medium to thank all the APC members in Elisha East State Constituency for their conduct, peaceful conduct in this House of Assembly primary election. And I want to tell you that the primary election is peaceful and everybody behaves very well. And the turnout of the members is massive. And all the returning officers across the 11 wards in Ilesha East follow the rules that guide the conduct of primary election as far as the APC is concerned. And the election remain free and fair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for that beautiful stories from your hand. Let's now move on with another story. Governor Adeboye Oyetola has reiterated his commitment towards prioritizing workers' welfare in transforming the economy of the state. Governor Oyetola gave the assurance in Osogbo, the state capital, while receiving members of Nigerian Automobile Technician Association after solidarity work organized by members of the re-election of Governor Adeboye Oyetola and the forthcoming gubernatorial election. Governor's office correspondent Sonia Onorinde fills in the details.
Addressing members of the Nigeria Automobile Technician Association at Government House, Okefia, Osogbo, the state capital, Governor Adeboye Oyetola, who expressed delight for their support, said that it has been a miraculous experience in navigating governance that is desirable for the good people of Osun, adding that it remains inexcusable for any government to deny workers their reward of their sweat. Governor Oyetola maintained that it remained premier for the administration in ensuring regular and prompt payment of workers' salary, stressing that the economy of the state rely heavily on workers' salary, and transforming the state into an enviable height invariably depends on the commitment of state government towards the overall welfare of the workers.
They are one of the very critical stakeholders in Osun, and we've been doing a lot together in terms of collaboration, so they're quite important, and we appreciate them. They've been very, their support has been very steady. That's been something we are proud of. They are not people that can be bought over. They are people that are principled. So when they decided to have a walk, it's only natural that I should, be here to receive them.
In his remark, the special advisor to the governor on civic engagement, Honorable Bosun Oyintiloye, described the association as a reliable partner over the years, adding that Governor Oyetola is relentless in ensuring transformational developments across the state and general well-being of the citizenry. Speaking on behalf of the association, the Deputy National Chairman of the association, Southwest, Comrade Samson Odewale, the State Chairman, Comrade Muhyiddin Lawa, as well as Comrade Dele Owolade, who lauded Governor Oyetola for remarkable achievements recorded in all ramifications across the state, especially in maintaining regular and prompt payment of workers' salary that sustains their trade, disclosed that over 10,000 members have been mobilized across the state in sustaining good governance being demonstrated by Governor Oyetola at the forthcoming gubernatorial election.
Ìpéjọpọ̀ yìí wà fún láti jẹ́ pé ká bá gómìnà wa Alhaji Isiaka Gboyega Oyetola láti jẹ́ pé ká bá wọn fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ papọ̀. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì tí a fẹ́ ṣe kó fi já sí ìrọ̀rùn. Ó túmọ̀ sí wípé gbogbo ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ NATA nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun láti òkè délẹ̀ á fọwọ́ sí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì wọn láti jẹ́ pé kó rọrùn ju tàtẹ̀yìnwá lọ.
We are here because the love we have for the governor Oyetola. I can say it's one of the best governors that helping the artisans, road networks in all local governments. That's number one. Education, 2. Housing, 3. And the welfareism of the people in Osun,
Highlights of the occasion were the solidarity walk by members from Freedom Park to the Government House, Oshogbo, and presentation of award to Governor Adegboyega Oyetola. Also in attendance were the Deputy Governor, Mr. Benedict Alabi, the Secretary to the State Government, Prince Wole Oyebamiji, the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Dr. Charles Akinola, as well as members of the State Executive Council. Sanya Onoide reporting from the Governor's Office.
This is the news across the country coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Ilawiye Okebale Osogbo, Voice of the West. Now, our mid news message. Don't take your life because of temporary worldly attractions. Life is precious, and do yours with care. And from Odot comes this report that votes have started at the direct primary election conducted by the party to elect flag bearers to the state houses of assembly will help strengthen internal democracy and give every member of the APC a sense of belonging. They said this while speaking in separate interviews with OSBC News during the state house of assembly primary election. OSBC News reporter Oluchi Amudawu monitors the election in Ifelodun and Odot in local government areas of the state. Now revising the reports.
The nationwide State House of Assembly primary elections conducted by the All Progressive Congress was held in the 330 wards in Osun State. In Ifelodun and Odot, party faithful trooped out in the numbers to participate in the direct primary mode of election adopted by the party in the state. OSBC News visited some polling units in Ikirun, Okuku, Ijabe, Faji, Onyo, Okwa, Inisa, and among others, where the elections were held under peaceful atmosphere. Speaking with OSBC News, some stalwarts of the party, including the Commissioner for Information, Mrs. Funke Egbemode, Engineer Demiroy Bitoye, and Honorable Dele Adepoju, described the election as commendable, adding that it is an indication that the APC has grown into a formidable party with a high level of confidence. They added that the primary election will further improve the party's internal democracy and help in rendering quality leadership to the people. Security operatives were on ground to ensure peaceful atmosphere, while electoral officials also monitored the conduct of the election.
The Supreme Court today reserved its judgment in a suit instituted by President Muhammadu Buhari and the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami against the National Assembly. The suit is seeking to void Section 8412 of the Electoral Act 2022 on the grounds that it is in conflict with the provision in the 1999 Constitution as amended. Suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari was reportedly attacked in Kuje prison when angry inmates in the same facility moved to lynch him. According to the report, the attack happened earlier this month when about 190 inmates descended on him for allegedly prosecuting them despite collecting bribes while in office. The management and board of OSPOLY Microfinance Iwe has felicitated with the board of governing council and the entire management staff of Osun State Polytechnic Iwe on the occasion of the combined 7th convocation of the institution. This is contained in a release by the managing director of OSPOLY Microfinance Bank, Alhaji Dawood Adebisi Balogun. The release acknowledges the untiring efforts of the entire staff of the institution at transforming the institution and making it an enviable citadel of learning in Nigeria. The statement also commends the governing council and the management for the prompt action of ensuring that OSPOLY Microfinance Bank area remain sustainable. The installation ceremony of an Iwo-based farmer, Alhaji Safiriyu Aremu, as the Baba Agbe of Osun State holds tomorrow morning at Afan Close, behind Nawaudin Grammar School, Okebale Osogbo. The occasion of the installation ceremony of the new Baba Agbe of Osun State that will also be used to raise a sum of 5 million naira will be led by the state Afan chairman, Alhaji Suleiman Aro Kami. Speaking on the choice of Alhaji Safiriyu Aremu, Alhaji Aro Kami described it as the best thing that ever happened to the state AFAN, as the new Baba Agbe has everything it takes to take AFAN to the next level. The state AFAN chairman then appealed to members of the association across the state to turn up in large numbers to attend the occasion. Until his choice as the Baba Agbe of Osun State following the death of Chief Otumba, Alhaji Adamu is also the current chairman, Nigerian Cashew Association of Nigeria, Osun State chapter. The death of Ambassador Shinyabola, who until his death was the national president of Osogbo Progressive Union, is a great loss to his family, the people of Osogbo, Osun State, and Nigeria at large. Wife of Osun State Governor Mrs. Kafayatu Oyetola was among hundreds of sympathizers who paid a condolence visit to the family of the late Ambassador Razak Shinyabola, who answered the call of Allah yesterday. Stated this: according to the First Lady, it is very shocking and painful to lose such a very dear father, grand and great-grandfather at this time, who over the years did a lot for the growth and development of not only his state but the nation as a whole. She also recalled that how the deceased served as a career ambassador of Nigeria to different countries of the world until he retired, stressing that his impact will continue to be felt many years after his death. And that wraps it up on news across the country. It was edited by Tumitope Olayiwola. My name is Olusola Egbodofo. Good evening.
Osogbo to Lagos, from Lagos to Abuja, from Abuja to Enugu. Indeed, in every nook and cranny of Nigeria, OSBC will go to the day